Hey everybody, welcome back to the Thisissoul Skate Shop YouTube channel. Today I'm going to talk about the most important factor for inline skating wheels, and this is the compound. Welcome back to the Thisissoul Skate Shop YouTube channel. I'm Ivo, I'm the owner of Thisissoul Skate Shop, and we have a beautiful store here in Amsterdam with this beautiful wall of wheels. And when customers walk in the store here, they are kind of like blown away by the amount of choices. In this video, I'm going to try to help you make the best choice when you buy your wheels. Let me start with a little bit of history about inline skating wheels. The modern day skating wheel was invented in the 70s when the polyurethane material was invented. So the first real polyurethane wheels were used in roller skates, and then later in the 80s when the first inline skates, the modern inline skates, came on the market, the wheel quality was ready to be used for our sport as well. Before that, wheels were actually made from metal or wood or even ivory, and of course this doesn't roll that good. So it took the invention of these wheels, but also the invention of plastic to make our plastic boots for a company like Rollerblade to really start off in the 80s to make inline skates. I think before the 70s it would have even been impossible to make a really decent skate. If you look at the history of inline skating, the first inline skating boots from the 1900s were just, they didn't work really good. From that moment in the 80s when the first inline skate came out, the wheel technology didn't stand still, however. So if you would skate on a wheel from the 90s right now, it would probably be the worst wheel that you ever rode. Actually, the wheels that we sell on a mediocre skate right now here in our store in Amsterdam, they are far superior than probably the best wheel that you could buy from the 90s. So the technology is still not standing still, and it's keeping improving. In this video I'm telling you everything there is about this technology and what factors make it good and what makes it bad. I know a lot about wheels, but I don't know everything. So for this vlog I asked the help from my friend Vincent Isaac.
I touch wheel, I eat wheel, I smell wheel, I shit wheel.
He's the owner of Famus wheels, and Famus wheels introduced the metal core wheels about in 2015, and this was a revolutionary new core design with aluminum cores. I asked Vincent all the questions about stuff that I didn't know, so let's go and dive into depth about wheel manufacturing and how a good wheel is made. There's an urban myth about a really good brand from the 90s, and it's called Cosmo wheels. And I've heard a lot about people talking that these wheels were made differently than other wheels. So to check this, I asked Vincent if this is true or not. And the difference in manufacturing if you make something in a mold, you can have an open mold or a closed mold. And the rumor was that the Cosmo wheels were made in an open mold. I asked him this, and basically, to my surprise, he said that all wheels are made the same.
No, they use two molds, two pieces of mold.
Cosmo.
Everybody used two.
Alright.
Cosmo Fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the best wheel. At my time, it was the best wheel.
Yeah.
It was from Australia, and it was the best wheel.
For sure.
The urethane was really good, and the core was really strong.
Yeah.
It's why the wheel go fast.
Yeah.
And the urethane was really, really good.
Yeah.
Really soft, this one. And the core was really strong already. And the urethane was softer than the wheel you can find on the market. It's why the wheel grip.
There's no difference in open and closed molds?
No.
Okay. Let me explain to you how this is done. There's a little bit of a half donut shaped cup. You put the plastic or metal core in the middle, then you put the lid on this, and there's a little opening in the center. You take a gun that has a tube with the polyurethane material, you put it in the center and press it in until the donut shape mold with the cup over it fills up, and this will create the wheel. You put that in the oven for 40 minutes and you take it out. One batch has about 100 to 150 wheels in one time that they shoot up and put in the oven. After 40 minutes you take it out, you take the top part off, you take the rough shape of a wheel, you take it out, and then there's a weird thing sticking out. The wheel is then being put into a CNC machine, it turns, and then a knife cuts off this weird shaped part of the wheel. And this is what makes a wheel always have these sharp edges over here. A good video where this is shown is the Eulogy production video. One question that I always had about this process is that it sometimes leaves a little bit of a bubble next to the edge of the core and the compound. I always wondered if these bubbles were bad and what went wrong if this was made, and like, was this a faulty wheel? Can the manufacturers do it better, or is this just part of the process? I asked this to Vince, and he said that these bubbles are kind of like inevitable, it's natural, and people shouldn't worry about it.
Because you have a mold,
yeah,
and you have a gun.
Mm-hmm. Good.
You put the gun in the mold,
yeah,
and when you do like this,
yeah,
you have a bubble. If you see too much bubble, it's really bad. If you see one bubble on the edge of the rim, is nothing. But when you see too much bubble, it's not good.
Okay.
Pressure not good,
yeah,
or the quality of the urethane is not good, the process is not good, so you must check.
Another thing I was curious about is what the natural color of the polyurethane is. I honestly didn't have any idea. I thought it would be like cream colored or something. But I asked this to Vince, and he said the natural color is actually clear. So clear like glass, you can see through it. Just like this wheel over here. I heard a rumor all my life about having paint in the wheel makes the compound different, and then actually having less paint would be better for a smooth riding experience. And the idea was, at least this is what I heard, that black wheels would roll less good than white wheels because it would have more paint in it. This actually turns out not to be true, because the true color is clear, and if you put white paint or black paint in it, that wouldn't matter. I also asked this to Vince, and he said the same. There's no real benefit into having one color or another.
No, first of all, when you make a wheels, I explain you, when you want to make a wheels, all the time you make a clear wheels. Yeah. Translucent, transparent, a clear wheel. Yeah. A clear urethane. Yeah. So like that, you can see the way how they put urethane in the core. Mm-hmm. Why we do a clear path of urethane is to see the bubble inside urethane. That you can see the default. You can see the quality of the people who make the wheel. So it's better to make a white or black or gray or red. If you don't have good quality. For Famus, all wheel I do with different color, the urethane will be the same. Okay. Also, when I make a sample, when I make my first sample of each wheel, I make clear color.
Okay, just to check.
And when I try the wheel, is the same of the black and the white and the red and whatever.
Yeah.
But like that, I can see the quality inside.
Smart.
I can see the pressure of the machine who put the urethane in the core.
The real difference in what separates different wheels apart is the type of materials that are used. So there's of course polyurethane, but there are different type of chemicals being poured into the mix. And this specific mix is a secret. No wheel company wants us to know what they put in their wheel. It's kind of like how Coca-Cola doesn't want us to know what's in the Coca-Cola drink.
But this is my job, man.
Yeah.
I do that since 25 years.
Yes.
I touch wheel, I eat wheel, I smell wheel, I shit wheel. So, you know. But after, I cannot give you my secret. Come on.
No. Yeah, I understand.
Ask me work, but not too much. Huh?
One thing I did learn about this mixture of materials is that there's a difference in the amount of materials used. So a good quality wheel uses up to 7 types of material chemicals in the mix, and bad quality wheels only use like 2 or 3 type of chemicals in the mix. So this separates it apart, the specific chemistry. Different manufacturers have different abilities to make different type of mixtures, and the knowledge is really with the manufacturers more so than with the brands. So we can kind of like compartmentalize wheels and put them into different sections based on where they are actually made. So a few different brands that are made in the same factory probably have about the same quality, and another set of wheels that are made in another factory also have the same type of quality. The way to tell which wheel brand is made into which factory can be kind of like guessed by a few things. Sometimes the shape and the diameter will give you a clue, but the best and most trustworthy clue might be in the core. So if you look at a wheel like this, you see a very specific type of core that this has. This is a dead wheel, but there are different wheels that share the same type of core structure. So all these wheels with this type of core structure are made in the same factory. This is a factory in America, I know this for sure. And all these wheels are very comparable. It just so happened to be that the wheels with this triangular shape core structure are also the best wheels in the market right now. So at the end of the day, you just want to know what wheels you should pick, right? The wheels which have the best quality compound from my experience that I know are the undercover wheels, dead wheels, God's wheels, matter wheels, and the rollerblade hydrogen wheels. These are all made in the same factory in America, and you can also see that they have the same identical core. There are other wheels that also share the same factory, and I would think it's really interesting that if you know which wheels come from the same factory, if you see any resemblance between different types of wheels, please drop this in the comments, because I'd like to learn about the comparison between different wheels. The last thing I would like you to know is that a good way to kind of like measure for yourself what the quality of a wheel is by a little test. This quality can be called the rebound value, and this is done by throwing a wheel on the ground and seeing how far it bounces back. If it bounces back really high, it's a good quality wheel, and if it doesn't bounce back really high, it's a bad quality wheel. This was it. This is everything there is to know about the compound of the wheel. There are more videos like this on our YouTube channel. For instance, there's one about wheel profile, the core of the wheel, the diameter of the wheel, and the hardness of the wheel. If you want to dive really deep into wheel quality, check these out on our YouTube channel. We make a new video like this every week, so subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye! Pam padam padam, the aluminum wheels. Almost. Oh, I'm gonna not talk about this yet. Sorry. There are other skates that have. Check these out on our YouTube video. On our YouTube. Can you cut that together?